Dallas Stars game broadcast that within a year or so, Last Resort could become our second longest running show on the ticket. How does that sound?
Did we really do 36?
I have
Star
all
Sundays?
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it until I went through my files and I found 36 different show run sheets that we had put together. And because I saw the number, I went, that's way too high. Yeah, sure enough. Yeah, we're talking about once a week on a Sunday.
A 6-yard pickup.
Okay, well, if you say so.
A couple years later, it absolutely was. And I did not just sit at some point in my earlier part of my Dallas life typing out 36 different show format run sheets.
Are you sure you didn't do like 5 or 6 different run sheets for the shows in case you wanted to go to different directions?
I don't think I did put that much effort into the show. I mean, I put a lot, judging by the notes, but not that much, right? I mean, it seems high, doesn't it?
Seems like a lot.
It does, but it was there, so it must be true.
If you put it on the internet, because I believe everything I read on the internet.
That's right. Bruce, I do want to flex for just a second because it's really dumb and I'm sort of proud of it. For the first time in my life, I am a fantasy, how about that? A fantasy football champion. I finally won my fantasy football. Started it. Thank you. When I first, I think it was probably in the 2000s when I was first working in hockey with the Elmira Jackals in the United Hockey League, so that was a while ago now. And then I stayed in that league. We actually used to do an in-person draft. You know, everybody would meet at the commissioner's house in town. We had a big spread. People would bring food. And then we would actually have a live offline draft, and then they'd plug it all in. That was really fun. And that sort of started it. Well, then I moved to, I got my first American Hockey League job and moved to Albany. And so that wasn't near Elmira anymore. So now I tried to figure out how I could call in. This was before it would have been really easy to do an online draft and connect with everybody. So everybody gets together, and I'm trying to. I was literally moving, Bruce. I was driving my U-Haul moving truck on the phone trying to say, okay, so who was taken in that round? It was ridiculous. At some point they said, look, you can't be in the league anymore.
Lord.
You're moving the wrong direction. So then when I was with the Texas Stars, my first year, 2012-13, we started a league with all sorts of people that were associated with the Texas Stars, either in the front office or down in the hockey upside, or, some media connected to it. Not one of our league who's still in it still works for the Texas Stars 7 years later. But anyway, that's my
I think the big question is, do you have Alvin Kamara or Devontae Adams?
Yes to Devontae Adams. I feasted on my Green Bay Packers connection of Aaron Rodgers and Adams to win this week. But no, I do not have Alvin Kamara.
But Adams puts over the top
points for Kamara. Well, I had the highest scoring team this year. I did very well. I had Derrick Henry as well, so things rolled my way many times this year. So I wasn't the favorite going in. I have not always been that. In fact, I've usually not been. I've been a middle of the road kind of commissioner or team owner. So this year it worked out, and Bruce, I did it in spite of the fact that I ended up leaving a wide receiver in my starting lineup. Jarvis Landry ended up on the COVID list because I saw it Saturday night, and then I was going to adjust my team, and I forgot before the noon kickoff on Sunday morning. I got doing something else as a family outside of the realm of fantasy football, and so it was locked in. And my backup quarterback, we have a spot called the OP, offensive player, so sort of like a offensive wild card. Usually it's a second quarterback. Matthew Stafford started the game and left so early he got me like half a point. So I overcame a little bit to win this championship. We're very proud of you. Thank you. Well, I wanted to share it with the masses because I know the other guys in the league are big Last Resort fans, and they're listening right now. The thing is, much like the NFC East, it doesn't matter what your record is as long as you win. And you pulled it out. That's right, boy, I just nailed.
Oh no.
some water. Connection again this morning.
Yeah, well, it doesn't take much for that to happen.
Or do you want to just leave me to my arrogance?
I'll leave you to your arrogance.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. We have a big show today, but let's introduce the rest of our crew now that I've gotten done dancing in the end zone. Or I should say maybe high-stepping it after an interception at the 50-yard line, which I wasn't a big fan of that a couple, I think it was last week I saw that in the NFL. But let's say hello to Travis Mejia, our producer, once again today. Hi, Travis. How are you today?
Doing great, boys. How are you?
Always nice to have you aboard. I have a feeling that you're going to have plenty to tie in on. We have 2 year-in-review segments today. One is the Year of Sports 2020, and then we have an in memorandum, or in memoriam, I can't even pronounce it, in memoriam of all the celebrity and sports figures who we lost in 2020. And it's depressing just going through the lists already. There's a lot. This isn't a particularly long year. They all seem to be that way, but as I look through this, I go, ugh.
Some big ones.
Yeah. And of course, Trey Mitchell is our technical director. Trey, how are you today?
We're still talking about fantasy football?
No, we're done with that.
Okay, good. How are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I was talking about celebrity deaths. I know that's a better topic for you than fantasy.
No, I love you talking about your fantasy football team.
I'm sure you do.
Trey loves that. Don't I love death too.
Well, this last resort show took a turn already, Bruce, but very so you're taking a turn. Let's say hello to the dark side. Let's say hello to Jacob Denimore, our ticker guy today. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, I hope weather's better up in Maine than it is down here, because it's pretty crappy down here today.
It's cold here today. It's in the 20s, so it's below freezing, but at least the sun's out.
Oh, and I lost my fantasy football championship, so thanks for making me relive my pain.
You know, I hate to sound like a jerk, but that actually makes me feel better about my win in some odd way. So there's
Glad I could make your day better.
all right. We have Bruce, a really exciting guest coming up at 10:30. We are bringing on Dallas Stars television studio analyst Brent Severin, former Stanley Cup winner as well, might I add, and former Dallas Stars player. He's going to join us at 10:30 to talk about getting ready for the upcoming season, which Bruce training camp starts in 4 days. That seems like it's upon us, and then the season is 10 days after that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because we don't have information as to which players coming from overseas or other places have made it in for the 7-day quarantine. So the Dallas Stars training camp beginning could look a lot different than what we expect. We'll have to get the official news, but that's always a very interesting case of guys like Radulov and the guys from Finland and the guys from Sweden. Did they make it here on time to get in the 7-day quarantine and be on the ice for the first game? We'll have to wait and see. Or for the first practices.
You know, we had Jim Miller on our show last week, and Bruce, he basically, without saying the exact words, said they're not going to have everybody for day number 1. It sounded like, because I asked him if they were having any issues with that, and he didn't sugarcoat it. He said, yes, we are. He said, well, you know, everybody's dealing with it. All sorts of European players are going to have to try to find their way back, but it is going to be an issue. I can't imagine that the Dallas Stars will have a full training camp roster on the ice on the 3rd of January. I don't see it happening.
No, it all matters for the first game. It's going to be very interesting to see how it all plays out.
So we'll talk more Stars at 10:30 with Sebi. We have our NFC East and playoff preview for the rest of the NFL at 11:10 because we have to sort out all the different clinching scenarios. I mean, let's face it, the Giants still have a chance to win the division. We're going to talk a little bit now about why they don't lose, because let's discuss some Cowboys and Giants. They won this weekend up in the Meadowlands because a couple of weeks ago I put together, you know, the quick scenarios of what would have to happen for the Dallas Cowboys to make the playoffs. A team that was, at the time, 4-9. Well, they're following the script perfectly as they are now 6-9, and the Washington football team has lost both of their games that they had to lose so far against Seattle and Carolina, and now the fate of the Cowboys season rests on if they can beat the Giants in New York, or technically New Jersey, and if Washington will lose at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, let's start with the part that the Cowboys can control. The only thing they control is can they go to the Meadowlands and beat the Giants. Now, usually this is a very tough game, no matter what the records are. This is a tough game. Remember a couple of years ago, when the Cowboys were having that great season, and they tacked through that pass to Cole Beasley to win it at the end? Remember that? This is a game that, quite frankly, the Giants shouldn't have even been close on. It was the last game of the season, the rivalry's up, and the teams play very hard against each other. So this will not be a cakewalk no matter what. The interesting thing, I did a little bit of research. Do you know the team the Giants scored the most points against this season? They've only scored 30 points in a game once. Do you know what team they did it against? The Dallas Cowboys.
I was going to guess the Cowboys. That seems like a setup there.
Because if you remember the game back in week 5, Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator for the Giants, pulled out all the stops for this game. They had fake field goals, they ran reverses, they went deep downfield, and the Cowboys under Andy Dalton, of course, that was the game that Dak Prescott got hurt, won 37-34. But that was the only game this year that the Giants have scored more than 30 points. Now, the Cowboys defense is a lot better. Weather in the Meadowlands, usually in January, is windy, nasty, and difficult to run. Many intricate offensive plays, and if the Cowboys fans know, I know Jason Garrett's not the head coach, he's the offensive coordinator, but Jason Garrett's records in do-or-die games the last week of the season, not so good.
The difference, I think, between I do remember that Cowboys game in New York because it was a meaningless game, but actually was really exciting. We saw Dak make some great throws on the run, including that one against Beasley, where we all said, you know, there's another element to his game that maybe he needs to do a little bit more of. Not just him doing it, but having that being dialed up into the place. Hey, get him mobile, get him out of the pocket sometimes. He can make that throw on the run, so let's utilize that as another thing to throw a wrinkle in a defense. Bruce, as you said, this is different because the Cowboys' defense now is not what it was when they first met the Giants this year. And I think, obviously, Andy Dalton has shown a much more comfort level with his offensive group than we saw early in the starting tenure once Prescott got hurt. So they have some momentum. They're playing relatively well over the last couple of weeks. They've got some wins, and as you said, this means something. Obviously, it's a division game, so even if it was just for bragging rights a second time, but something could you get to the point where you get a lead and they start to break their resolve. I'm not sure if that's going to happen because they have a chance. If this was, playing against the Giants and they'd already been mathematically eliminated, it's all dissipated right there.
It's a much different Giant team. And this is a team that played well in sports during the middle part of the season. They began the year on a losing streak where they could have won a couple of those games. You can certainly go back to the Giants and look at if they do not make the playoffs this year, which of course is a big possibility, you're going to look back at that game against the Eagles in week number 7, and the game drops a first down pass that's right in the hands, and that would give them a win over the Eagles, and basically tired with the Redskins right now and control their own playoff fate. So this is a Giant team that's not. Joe Judge is a new head coach. He's not going to have his team quit on it. This is a much different Giant team we've seen in the past. They play hard, they play tough, but they just don't have enough pieces. All that being said, at home, who knows? The Meadowlands is a much different feel than playing anywhere else. The wind swirls, it gets cold. It's tough to play a game. Giant teams in the past, they always ran the football and ran it well in December and January, which is why they had success, and the defense was able to get pressure with 4 men. What team did I just describe? Currently, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are able, with Randy Gregory and DeMarcus Lawrence, are able to get pressure with 4 men around the quarterback. Ezekiel Elliott last week, they're able to the same way that the Cowboys were able to break down Philadelphia. Yes, they needed the pass to set up the run, but you need to have the run game go and go often and go hard against this Giant defense. If the Giants, on the other hand, this is a team that, you look at them offensively, it's not been good. They have not scored more than 20 points in the last 5 weeks. The most they've scored was 19 against the Bengals in a game they barely won. So this is a Giant team that if they have any chance, the Cowboys can stop the Giants' running game, this game's going to be over and over quickly. The Giants are able to play some ball control, move it up and down the field, and give Jason Garrett enough leeway. They can throw in some plays like he did at AT&T Stadium back in Week 5. This could be a nail-biter down to the fourth quarter. Right now, the Cowboys are the better football team. They're playing a better brand of offense. They're playing a much better pressure defense. But the Giants can get the running game going. Something that the 49ers did well and almost allowed them to come back in that game. Something the Eagles abandoned, which destroyed their chances of winning. An absolute cliffhanger at the end of the game.
How about the other side of the break later, Bruce? We'll get into the rest of the playoff scenarios for the NFL in our segment at 11:10, but the Washington football team is on the verge of an epic collapse. If they lose out these final 3 games and either the Giants or the Cowboys make it, I mean, this week if they lose, the Cowboys can win or tie and win the division. So it would not look great on Ron Rivera's first year to see this kind of collapse. Now, he's not playing with his preferred quarterback in the sense that, you know, he's had quarterback issues. Kyle Allen supplanted Dwayne Haskins, excuse me. And then, of course, Haskins gets released this week. Alex Smith is expected to be back. That's probably their preferred pick right now, but there's a lot of flux about the future of where Rivera and the Washington football team are going to go next season. But this is, they have one game in Philadelphia to either salvage this year with a really young, talented group of, especially on the defensive side, Chase Young leading that way on the line, but this could be a really sour mark on their franchise to have lost 3 in a row to finish the year and lose out. Even if this division is awful, this could still not go well for them.
You're talking a sour mark on a franchise that had to change its name for racist implications, and its owner is being sued left and right for just horrible misconduct. You've got to go a long way to find a negative mark on this franchise right now. But I think Ron Rivera is going to get a pass. I mean, his first year, he battled cancer, and he can't control the fact that his quarterback had a party with strippers. You can't control that fact. You can't control the fact that your second quarterback got a season-ending injury and you have to turn to Alex Smith, who's not an awful opportunity to take. A lot of things went wrong. However, did you really expect the Redskins to beat Seattle? Probably not. Did you expect the Redskins to beat the Panthers? Yes, I did, until that's the one the Haskins stuff went out of control. You get Alex Smith, a veteran, in the huddle with a week's worth of practice. I think it calms down a lot of the craziness surrounding the Washington team. And one of the things we'll talk about this a little bit, the Eagles are beaten up. That secondary is playing guys who are on the practice squad, who weren't even on the franchise 6 weeks ago. Fletcher Cox is injured. This is a team that's beaten up and knows they're out of it. I think you will probably see, I know Jalen Hurts is going to try his best to carry the offense, but I think you have a better chance of seeing quit in the Eagles than I do in seeing quit in the New York Giants this week.
That being said, Bruce, if they hang around for a while, or even get the early lead like the Eagles did against the Cowboys this past weekend, then I don't think you see that. I think they will be sort of buoyed on by the opportunity to play the spoiler against a division opponent. So I'm not writing off the Eagles at all. But the football team is a slight 2-point favorite as it stands right now. We will see how it plays out. But I think that, honestly, I kind of think the Eagles might pull this one off. I don't think it's out of the realm of crazy to suggest that they can. Not only can they, but they will beat football. I mean, if for some reason Alex Smith's calf injury is not great, they're in real trouble.
If you look at these teams played in week 1, and And that was a
Marshawn
game
Lattimore
that the
there
Eagles, with
defensively.
Carson Wentz at quarterback, dominated for large swaths of the first half, and then they turned the ball over, and the game switched on a dime. And all of a sudden, the Eagles were playing badly offensively. You were seeing pressure from Washington, and the game basically scored the last 27 points in the football game. Obviously, Carson Wentz is not the quarterback anymore. You no longer have Dwayne Haskins as the quarterback for Washington, but you're looking at a Washington team that knows their defense is capable of turning games around. Their defense is capable of keeping them in it and winning football games. They can, I would say last week, their minds were somewhere completely. There was no focus. There was no clarity as to who was playing quarterback, why they were playing quarterback, what's going on with the offense. Then they come out and he plays badly. It was a disaster. Maybe there's a little more focus, a little more, we have to do this to win the division title, and Alex Smith can rally his team, let's get them in the right frame of mind. But no, I don't think playing in Philadelphia on a Sunday night, the last game of the football season, with the division title on the line, is a shoo-in for Washington by any stretch of the imagination. I love the fact that NBC flexed this game out, so either the Cowboys or the Giants can be sitting at home going, well, here we go. Either we're in or we're out, and all the focus is on this one. But this is two teams, I mean, let's face it, except for the Cowboys who are playing better now, this entire division is just limping to the finish line. Do you remember the Monty Python sketch, the 100-yard dash for people with no sense of direction?
Yes.
This is what we're getting to. 16 weeks, someone is going to get to the dash, to the finish line. Now, it's not going to run about 5,000 meters to go 100, but someone's going to get there first. And then, who knows?
We will revisit the NFL at 11:10 when we look at the rest of the playoff picture from both the NFC and the AFC. But up next, we bring in Brent Severin to talk a little hockey here in the last resort on The Ticket.
If you didn't like any of your gifts this year, the Ticket's online merch store is your go-to to get fixed up. Hit the merch button at theticket.com to score classic Ticket t-shirts, long-sleeve tees, Ticket event tees, sweatshirts, caps, and the Ticket logo face masks for all the P1s in your life. From the station that says 2021, whatever it takes. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
They say 1 in 4 men suffer the side effects of low testosterone. Are you one of them? I was, and so were the founders of Men's Tea Clinic, my friends Bobby and Derek. You can shed belly fat, boost your mood, libido, and immunity, and increase your physical and mental drive. You need to check out the medical professionals at Men's Tea Clinic. Over 2 decades of experience and a passion for total men's wellness drive the team at Men's Tea to change lives for the better every day. Treatments include T and ED therapies, weight loss treatments, wellness exams, and more. Increase your physical and mental drive, boost your mood, libido, and immunity, and shed belly fat. 4 convenient DFW locations, my spot in Addison, Frisco, Grapevine, and the Colony, and flexible appointment times. Make it easy to get to, get in, and to get back to being you quickly and safely. Insurance and cash treatment options are available. Find the closest one to you at mensteaclinic.com or give them a call. 1-800-246-LOW-T. That's mensteaclinic.com.
Hey there, Mike Soroy, and I'm thinking today is a good day to roll in a few birdies. What say you? The Texas Golf Association offers discounted golf opportunities for men, for women, for seniors, for juniors as well. Casual players love TGA's Fun Golf program. You get to play stress-free, chill golf on private courses for exclusive rates. TGA members get an official USGA handicap, and there are programs for beginners as well. Join the TGA today at txga.org/ticket. Come on, DFW, let's play some golf.
Classic Chevrolet in Grapevine is in the final stretch to finish first in the nation. Chevy employee discounts for everyone. More Silverados than anyone. Visit ClassicChevrolet.com. Available on most new Chevy models. Not available with fleet sales and some other offers. Ends 1/4/21.
Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $55 or more. Restrictions may apply.
The holidays are here, and gift cards make them easy. And you can choose brands like Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Cracker Barrel, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Let's talk about goals. Maybe one of yours is to get healthy and trimmer in 2021. To start, you need a full state-of-the-art body comp analysis to understand exactly where you are, where you need to be, and how you're going to get there. What exactly should you eat? How many calories, protein, what nutrients you need on a daily basis? I promise you, if you want results, it comes down to what you're eating. That's how the pro athletes do it. Same as what Soda Weight Loss does, which is why the Dallas Mavericks have partnered with Soda as their chosen weight loss program of their organization and fans. They treated me like a pro athlete, and I dropped 80 pounds. And over 3 years later, I am still keeping it off because of the team over at Soda. Check out SodaWeightLoss.com and see over 4,000 Soda client Google reviews, over 500 before and after pics, and you'll see why everyone believes in Soda. So if slimming down is at the top of your priority list for the new year, set up your visit today at SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda and the Mavs are, say it with me now, state of the art.
Well, old Rusty will be gone for the holidays. I'm following the Molly Hatchet on their Flirting with Disaster reunion tour throughout eastern New Mexico. Merry Christmas from the round man with a squared eel. Scenario before you purchase a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram truck. Let's say you go to a CDJR website to look for a particular new car or truck, and you notice that the dealer's prices are incredibly low. This is a red flag. The odds are the price excludes dealer-installed accessories and includes incentives that are not qualifying in order to get you in the door. Don't waste your valuable time. The price will go up and your frustration level peaks. In order to save time, ask specifically if the web price is the final price. We at Metter feel transparency is the key to a quality buying experience. The same from quote to delivery. It will not change. Join us for the Big Finish event in December for employee pricing for all on select new 2020 and 2021 models. We have over 500 new cars and trucks at MetterAuto.com. We simply do it better at Metter.
This Hot Sports Opinion segment is brought to you by In-N-Out Burger.
The wise man once said, change is the only constant. He must have never had an In-N-Out double-double. 2 classic juicy patties and cheese melted just so. Each consistently delicious because we have consistently high standards. How's that for a change?
With a little help, this game could put the Cowboys in the playoffs. It's Cowboys-Giants Sunday in Jersey. Our Cowboys countdown to kickoff starts early Sunday morning at 9:30. Post-game afterwards. Brought to you by Miller Lite, Traeger Grills, and Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Tig.
All right, this is the last resort, filling in for the Normandy invasion once again today. Our final show of the 2020 Dry Dock. We may pop up again. You don't know where. Owen Newkirk, Bruce Levine. Coming up at 10:50, we will do our 2020 sports year in review. And there's a lot of things you may or may not remember from this wacky pandemic sports year. But right now it's time to talk a little hockey. And we do that by going to the phone lines and saying hello to the great Dallas Stars television desk analyst, at least that's his title on their website. It's our buddy Brent Severin. Hi, Sevy, how are you today?
I'm doing good, and hey, thanks for waiting very much.
I don't turn that around and say that.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line. The ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboy. First and 10 at the 12-yard line. Number 4, Dak Prescott on the keeper. He was brought down at the 8-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
Let's get that swagger, y'all.
Number 21, Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. Prescott's pass, intended for Michael Gallup, incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander. The handoff to Ezekiel Elliott. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8. First and 10 at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Prescott's pass, complete to Ezekiel Elliott. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 13-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Score tied 7-7. Greg Zerline on for the field goal. A 30-yard attempt. The kick is good. Makes the score Cowboys 10. Intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander. Amari Cooper. That's good for the Cowboys. First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Number 21, Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. Adrian Amos on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 44-yard line. Prescott with the give to Ezekiel Elliott. He's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1. Prescott's pass. Greg Zerline for the Cowboy field goal. A 56-yard attempt. It is good. Makes the score Cowboys 20.
What the hell?
That's good for the Cowboys. First and 10 at the 36-yard line. Number 21, Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. That's good for our Cowboys. First and goal at the 5-yard line. Prescott's pass, intended for C.D. Lamb, incomplete. He was covered by Jair Alexander. Prescott's pass, complete to Ezekiel Elliott. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4. First and 10 at the 48-yard line. First and goal at the 3-yard line. Incomplete. Kevin King there defensively. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 37-yard line. At the 45-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 49-yard line. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. the pickup. It's second and inches at the 15-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. The tackle made by Christian Kirksey. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 34-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott on the carry. He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7. For the Cowboys. The Packers take over 1st and 10.
The New York Giants, a not-so-small side story is offensive coordinator Kellen Moore being talked to by his alma mater Boise State about their open head coaching position. Moore is not under contract after this season and is a borderline legend in Boise. Moore has only been a coach for a few years, but says he has learned a lot from the coaches he's had. To play with fan-controlled football. The league will start play in February and features a blending of live sports and esports for 7-on-7 arena league style football where fans can set rosters, call plays, and interact with each other and the team online. That's the Ticket Ticker. I'm Jacob Denimore, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket.
This is Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Tick. Broadcasting live from the TXU Energy Mothership, KTCK AM Dallas-Fort Worth, KTCK FM Flower Mound. The embrace of over-the-top Corby Davidson and the Ticket's big sports brain Bob Sturr. This afternoon on the Hard Line, 3 till 7 on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Tick.
It's the Big 12 versus the SEC tonight in the 2020 Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. Will Carey play live as the number 6 Oklahoma Sooners take on the number 7 Florida Gators from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Coverage kicks off at 7 p.m. only on 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket. Back to Bruce and Owen.
Thank you, Travis. Coming up at 11:10, we will take a deeper dive into the Week 17 playoff picture of the NFL on both the NFC and AFC sides, some of the clinching scenarios, and who still has a real shot of making the NFL playoffs. And then at 11:30, we're going to do our final sort of year in review as we go looking back at all the notable celebrity and sports figures who passed away in 2020. But right now, it's a little bit more of an upbeat segment as we review the year that was 2020, our last resort show of the year end of Dry Dock. So, Bruce, it really started out as any other January goes, getting ready for the College Football National Championship as LSU went on to an undefeated season with Joe Burrow winning the title. It was not that close by the end, 42-25 over Clemson in the national title game. And on the same day, the Houston Astros were punished for their sign-stealing controversy that happened in the 2017 season leading up to the World Series win over the LA Dodgers.
It's interesting in that the year began so well as far as football was concerned. LSU was by far maybe one of the best college football teams ever, going 15-0, which is just an incredible feat. Joe Burrow, the quarterback that won the Heisman and led them to this championship. You think about it, they won the regular season SEC championship, they won the SEC title game, won the semifinal against Oklahoma, won the national championship against Clemson, and then who could foresee what was about to happen? But at the moment, that was one of the greatest college football seasons ever by a dominant football team.
The next sports thing that really happened was a sad note. We're going to touch more on the death, but Kobe Bryant passed away in that tragic helicopter accident along with his 13-year-old daughter. That was on January 26th, and that was a very sad note because it came just, a day after LeBron passed Kobe for third on the NBA's all-time scoring list. So
that was it was such a
really
shocking,
bizarre 2 days, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, LeBron passing Kobe was nice. It was a good moment, but it just, the shock of hearing that Kobe Bryant had died in a helicopter crash, that's one of those moments that went through everybody, that you knew about it, you heard about it. It changed everything as far as the demeanor of the NBA for the 2020 season, and it's tragic. There's no other way to describe it. It's one of those, they had the goodbye to Kobe ceremony at the Staples Center about a month later with all the celebrities and Shaq, everybody giving speeches. It was really, had the pandemic not happened, I think this would have been the most memorable sporting event, basketball-wise, of the entire year.
Well, then, not long after that happened, early February the 2nd, the Chiefs, with Patrick Mahomes as their quarterback, ended a 50-year drought, winning their second Super Bowl in franchise history, the first since their win in 1969. A really good game against the San Francisco 49ers, ended up overcoming their third straight 10-point comeback in a playoff game, and doing so win 31-20 over the Niners. And boy, I'll tell you what, Mahomes sets himself up with that point. As you go, he's in for a long and very successful career, because when you're that young and you get your first Super Bowl, everybody is bound to say there are a lot more opportunities to come.
Yeah, and Kansas City, look at what they've done this year. They've been a fantastic team. I think they have a chance to tie Green Bay for the best record post-Super Bowl in a season by a football team that won the previous year. And boy, Mahomes is all over the place. I believe he was a 3-star recruit out of high school in Texas. Just goes to show, kids, just because they have you as not 5-star doesn't mean you can't do something great, boys. Mahomes revolutionized football. Kansas City's a fun team to watch. Good for them.
Bruce, you'll never forget this because you were at the AAC that night, but March 11th, Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz tests positive for COVID-19, and it sparks this insane and very rapid shutdown of the NBA, quickly followed by the NHL and everything else in the sports world in that March evening.
It was surreal. You remember Rudy Gobert, right before he tested positive, thought it was a joke. Remember, he had the press touched all the mics and laughed about it. And then he tested positive as Utah was getting ready to play Oklahoma City. And that changed everything. Because the feeling that day was, okay, they've got coronavirus, we'll have to play a couple of weeks of basketball or hockey with empty stadiums, and then going back to normal. And it
Eastern Conference Championship banner. Knowing that no one actually got to see one of the games in person. One of the fans, one of the broadcasters got to see the games in person, but it should not take away from what was a tremendous postseason run.
Quick, we're out of time. Lakers won the NBA championship inside the bubble. Of course, we got those great games from Luka and the Mavs as they pushed the Clippers a long way, and it was a fun run, even though there were the awfully early injection on KD and then his subsequent injury. The Dodgers won the World Series.
36-yard line.
And Bruce, we had college football, but it was the weirdest college football season I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was strange. You got a team that has 6 wins, was playing in the national championship tournament. Ohio State and Michigan canceled most of the Pac-12 season. Pac-12 and Big Ten, so we succumbed to pressure and started to
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
We saw coaches go down with COVID. At the NFL level, last week we saw all of Cleveland's wide receiving core go down. We saw Denver have to play a game with a third-string wide receiving quarterback from the practice squad. We saw all of Detroit's coaches being benched last week. They managed to somehow get around a lot of potholes to get the football season started. And, again, for the NFL, it was an in-question, by the way, just two.
Coverage there by Earl
Financially,
Thomas.
without fans for the NHL to get it done, I think the NBA is in the same thing. Their TV contract is good enough. They can play games without fans. College football somehow tiptoed around some landmines, stepped on a few. But at the end of the day, I can't argue with the
Cowboys.
But I can't argue with the teams that made the Final Four.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Things sort of went. It depends. Like everything else in 2020, you did the best you could and hope for the best possible outcome.
We had a U.S. Open tennis tournament in New York City with no fans, and the Masters in fall instead of that beautiful April time warmer daylight hours. All right, that is a great
13 more yards.
2020 sports
That's
landscape. We
another
left a lot out.
Cowboys first
The
down.
Redskins announcing
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Team, and we still struggle with that. Up next here in the last resort, let's get back into the NFL playoff picture and talk about scenarios here in Week 17 on the ticket.
The ticket is hot sports and favorites to burn after the Cowboys beat the Eagles. No Dak, it's all about what he wants. Stay close to home. Maybe learn under McCarthy and Dak, and then go and try to get a starting job somewhere else. I don't know how many starting jobs are available. I think that his price tag is going up. It's the final game of the season. It's Cowboys-Giants. Our Cowboys countdown. The kickoff starts early Sunday morning at 9:30. First game afterwards on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Trade is offering our contactless, socially distant 21-point furnace tune-up and safety inspection for only $53. Represent Trade.com. That's TRING.com.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Listen to what Sante Center means to this one.
Prescott's pass intended for Noah Brown. Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
You can speak to a counselor anytime at 800-258-4250. 800-258-4250.
Necessary rates may apply to find messages on TNT privacy policy. Parker.com/term 3.0
Ever wondered why eyeglasses cost so much? Glasses have been around for 100 years. Isn't technology supposed to get less expensive over time? Well, there's a simple explanation. For decades, the eyewear industry has been dominated by a single company that's kept prices artificially high while reaping huge profits. Yikes. Warby Parker was created to change that. They design and produce their own eyewear and then sell it directly to you for a fraction of the price. Warby Parker's high-quality glasses start at just $95, including your prescription. And if you need an updated prescription, they've got a few easy ways to help you get one. Text HOME to 64,000 to try 5 pairs of frames for free. They'll ship them to you to try out for 5 days. If you find a style you like, they'll send you a fresh pair with your prescription. Easy. Text HOME to 64,000 to pick your 5 frames to try it at home for free. Text HOME to 64,000 to get started for free. That's HOME
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Just when you're about to dig into Whataburger's take on this all-time classic, someone utters the dreaded words. Have a bite? Should you? Shouldn't you? Maybe you just take a big bite so you don't have to answer. Good thing that dilemma's over. Good thing there's no patty melt at Whataburger.
That's another Cowboys
USAA insurance for veterans like James.
first and goal at the 6-yard
High
line.
expectations. When he got into a fender bender and called his own insurance company, he got the runaround. That's when his Marine buddy told James
Ezekiel Elliott on the carry.
my back. James realized
He was brought down at the 4-yard line.
said,
A pickup of 2. Brings up second and goal.
Our agents took the time to understand his needs, put in the work to get him the right coverage, and even found him some serious savings. USAA Insurance today, James needs it, all squared away. With savings that meet even his standards. Switching you could save.
Prescott on the keeper.
Get a quote today.
Intended for Blake Bell. Incomplete.
USAA.
It's now third and goal.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates.
It's time to enjoy some whiskey from the West. It's Jeff Catlin here to tell you that each bottle of High West whiskey and bourbon has proudly made the mountains of Park City, Utah, and you can ask for it by name here in Texas. As Utah's first legal distillery since 1870, High West mission is simple: make delicious whiskey, share the love of whiskey, and celebrate the great American West. Grab a bottle of High West whiskey or bourbon today and savor the flavor of the great American West. High West Distillery, whiskey from the West. Sip responsibly. Whiskey 40-50% alcohol by volume. 2020 High West Distillery, Park City, Utah.
This hot sports opinion segment is brought to you by In-N-Out.
The wise man once said change is the only constant. He must have never had an In-N-Out double-double. 2 classic juicy patties and cheese melted just so. Each consistently delicious.
That's good for a Cowboys.
How's that for a change?
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
This ticker is a service of InterHealth Ranch Addiction Treatment Center. As the Dallas Mavericks get ready to play their home opener tonight, things are looking up on the injury front. As Mavs big man Kristaps Porzingis was a full participant in practice yesterday. Both owner Mark Cuban and head coach Rick Carlisle are optimistic that KP can be back in the next 2 to 3 weeks. For his part, KP is anxious to get back on the court.
C.D. Lamb. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
It's unfortunate. Right now, we'll get the whole town and make sure I'm healthy. Some of my
Tip-off for the game at the AAC tonight against the Charlotte
Number
Hornets is at
21,
7:30.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier.
Record in their 47-point
tackle made
blowout
at
of
the
Miami Heat.
24-yard
The
line.
Bucks made a
It's a gain of 8.
29 three-point
Brings
shots.
up
They
second
beat
and 2.
Miami 144-97. And Mavericks president point guard John Moran will miss 3 to 5 weeks due to the sprained ankle he suffered against Oklahoma on Monday night. In college basketball, as a result of the NCAA investigation that stemmed from the FBI probe into college basketball corruption, the University of Arizona has self-imposed a 1-year post-season ban. The Governors won to upset college basketball last night. That's up to week 11. Tulsa hit 2 free
First
throws.
and goal at the 1-yard line.
As they upset number 5 Houston 65-64. That's the ticker. I'm Jacob Dental. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket.
Ezekiel
SportsDay.com and the Dallas Morning News. With the uncensored scoop on the Cowboys. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings on the Neon Service at 9:35. Brought to you by Frisco Fighters and your football team. And Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket. This is the last resort filling in for the Normandy invasion. Owen Newberg alongside Chris Lyon. Final day of dry dock for us. We'll be back on the air in a couple weeks, if not before that. But we are at least scheduled to be on the 14th of January.
First
for
and
the
10
Dallas
at the
Stars
11-yard
Monday night
line.
game at the Florida Panthers. Should be a lot of fun. Only a couple of weeks away as we get into the early part of 2021. Bruce, but it's time right now for us to take a look at the playoff picture in the National Football League. We begin in the NFC, where the Green Bay Packers all but have assured themselves number 1 spot. It's not completely wrapped up just yet because they have to play decently offensively minded Chicago Bears. And
at the 25-yard line.
Green Bay loses and Seattle and New Orleans win, Green Bay falls out of the top seed. I think it falls far down as number 3 seed. Correct. To this game. So this is something that they want to get done now. They manhandled the Bears pretty easily a few weeks ago on Sunday night. This Bears team has gotten better. They found a running game. Mitch Trubisky is actually playing like an NFL quarterback and a good NFL quarterback. So this will not be a walk in the park for Green Bay. And they want to get that home field.
Touchdown pass intended for C.D. Lamb. Incomplete. Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
As many times as Green Bay has made the playoffs and advanced to the title game, they've never played one in Green Bay. This may be his best chance to do so.
Well, those 3 teams, along with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, have all reached playoff spots. So they're in.
That's another Cowboys. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Right, the other 3 have clinched the division title. The ones are in, but they will not be one of the top 4, if you will, because of the fact that they are not the division winners. They may end up being the best team of the, wild card teams, if you want to call it that, because the NFC East, somebody's going to be most likely 7-9, maybe Bruce 6-9.
That's the end of the first half. With the score, Ravens 28, Cowboys 21. Justin Tucker is a kickoff for Baltimore.
Against the Cowboys in Texas, probably be a pretty interesting story. I agree. I think the best weekend. The Bears have to beat to get in. They win, they get in. Arizona, same thing. Win and get in. Because LA is going to have a lot of issues as far as the Rams. Arizona will have a better divisional record, but LA has a better conference record. The divisional record takes its own conference record. Here's the tiebreakers. I'm looking at the clinching scenarios right now. I believe you're right.
Number 21, Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. He's tackled at the 32-yard line.
Arizona loses to the Rams. Chicago is in. So the Bears can lose. And
Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They have to be scrambling right now with Jared Goff on a hill. Yeah, this is not the time to want to be. But LA had their chance to really make to clinch a playoff spot and make a chance at the division title, and they got stuffed. Their offense absolutely sputtered last week against Seattle. And of course, the LA Rams. Gee, if I could think of one game they could have won, and should have they won, put some playoff spot, I think New York Jets. Saints could get the
brings up 2nd and 1 at the 34-yard line.
I find that interesting that that's how that plays out. To the AFC Chiefs.
Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
By the way, just had their facilities closed today due to COVID issues. Because the Chiefs are 14-1, and they are definitely the #1 seed in the AFC. Yeah, Chiefs have earned it for the #1 seed.
Prescott's pass complete to Blake Jarwin. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
Miami needs to win to clinch the playoff spot. That's going to be a tough game up there. I would think the Steelers, if they're going to have a rematch with the Bills, which could possibly happen, they would win 2 in the playoffs. They would much rather have it like Pittsburgh than Buffalo. That's by playing Roethlisberger. And oh, by the way, remember the last time Mason Rudolph played against the Cleveland Browns? He and Myles Garrett had a, shall we say, disagreement that resulted in Rudolph getting hit in the face with his own helmet. This is interesting. This is going to be an interesting game on a lot of levels between Pittsburgh and Cleveland. And let's face it, Pittsburgh does not like Cleveland, so even with Mason Rudolph, they would love to be the team that sets Cleveland low. With or without Roethlisberger, Pittsburgh wants to win this game. It will be very, very tough. It's a fun revival of that storyline. All right, so the teams in and out. There's one team that
Number 4, Dak Prescott on the keeper. Good tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
First in the AFC South, they haven't clinched it yet because the Indianapolis Colts also are 10 and 5, and they're on the bubble right now. The games ended today.
That's good for a Cowboys.
10 and 5, and followed by the Dolphins.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
This could go all sorts of different ways. The Titans are playing against the 4-11 Houston Texans. We mentioned earlier Dolphins and the Bills. That would be a very big game. Ravens and the
That's another Cowboys.
Nice and tight.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Life at the end of the year. And then the Steelers and Browns. Colts are 1-14 Jaguars. I'm going to go out on a limb, Bruce, and say the Jaguars are not going to win this football game. That's a safe assumption. You look at it, and Indianapolis wins that game, and they've got a hope for Houston. But the interesting thing is, Indianapolis will know what a time
Prescott on the keeper. He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
So Indianapolis is going to pretty much go into that game knowing whether or not they have a chance to be a wild card team or hope against hope. But the Houston Texans fired up by J.J. Watt's absolutely withering attack on his own organization. Lights on fire because the Texans are playing on a high level. So the AFC South, Miami, Tennessee, versus your Titans. Bizarre scenario. The Eagles and the Titans have a tie for wins, but breathtaking for the division if that happens. Honestly, they actually need help because even if they win, they need somebody to lose. Baltimore, Cleveland, or Miami. Somebody has to lose or technically tie, and they're in. I think that their win against the Steelers last week was absolutely massive. Absolutely going to be watching the scoreboard. It'll be interesting to see. Buffalo is the team that I find interesting. Is Buffalo going to go all out to beat Miami? Is Buffalo going to play Josh Allen for 40 minutes? It's a tight game in the second half. Is Buffalo going to play Josh Allen knowing that they're hosting a playoff game next week? Those are the things that the NFL has tried their best to spend the schedule.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Playoff spots play at the same time, so you can't.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Lost, you're in or you're out. But for Buffalo, we see this clearly from Mitchell Roethlisberger. What is Buffalo's motivation to play Josh Allen for?
Prescott's pass intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage.
To get some help, which they may not get because Buffalo's going for second string. If you're Buffalo, you got to do what's best for you. And tell Indianapolis, if you want to be in this situation, you should have held out of that win against Pittsburgh. Bruce, if I had to be a betting man on this, last
Prescott's pass, complete to C.D. Lamb. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Dolphins can win against the Bills because the Bills maybe take it a little easy, and the Ravens crush the Bengals. I can see the Eagles losing to the Steelers, even without Roethlisberger. We'll see. It could be the complete opposite of that.
Amari Cooper. That's good for a Cowboys.
I'm not going to put it past Tennessee.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Any stretch of the imagination. So it's going to be watch out. I still think
Blake Jarvis.
I don't think they need any tanking whatsoever. And if that happens, maybe the Dolphins end up on the outside looking at. All right, that is the look at the playoff picture ahead of this very exciting Week 17 in the NFL calendar. Up next, we have to remember those we have lost from the celebrity and sports world. Next, here on the Last Resort on Sports Radio 96.7 1310. The ticket.
Amari Cooper. That's good for a Cowboys. Prescott's pass, intended for Amari Cooper, incomplete. Marcus Peters on the coverage. Amari Cooper. That's good for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott. 14 more yards. That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Number 4, Dak Prescott on the keeper. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Prescott's pass, intended for C.D. Lamb, incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10. Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. That's another Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Sports Opinion segment is brought to you by is the only constant. You must never have an in-and-out double-double. Two classic juicy patties and cheese melted.
Ezekiel Elliott, the ball carrier. Tackle made at the 16-yard line. 1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Shot to be atop the NFC East. Our Cowboys count down to kickoff starts early Sunday morning at 9 for the first game afterwards. Watch by Miller Lite. Trigger Cruise. And sports
Ezekiel Elliott. That's good for a Cowboys. First and goal at the 3-yard line. The handoff to Ezekiel Elliott. Stopped short of the goal line. A pickup of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
I'm sad that everybody has passed on, but none more so than the ones that are gone too soon. Kobe Bryant and Chadwick Boseman in their early 40s, way too soon. Bryant to that awful helicopter crash that also took his teenage daughter with him, and Chadwick Boseman to stage 3 colon cancer. You know, we'll mention a whole bunch of very famous people in the sports world, in the music and industry, but in their 80s, 90s, even into their hundreds, they've lived a good life. Now, both have lived a good life, Bryant and Boseman, but Bruce, way too soon. Much like Bruce's internet connection, I know. So tragically,
we need a moment of silence.
Maybe so.
A moment of reflection. I think it hit Bruce harder than I think we all thought it would.
Yeah, I know. It's
hey, Trey, a moment of silence for Bruce's internet connection this week. Okay, it wasn't my internet connection. I'm back. Paul in, I'm going to try that at my own funeral. What? Laying out on your own funeral? Yeah, then coming back. It was very impressive.
Okay, yeah, the coming back is the different part.
That's
everybody lays out on their own
right?
funeral.
Yeah, coming back. Getting back to it. The Kobe Bryant helicopter crash. Humor into the death segment.
Great, this is perfect.
This is completely unintentional. We talked about the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash and how tragic that was, and how fast the news spread, and it was a horrible thing to see and to read about.
This is the last opportunity to re-sign your players, or they'll become free agents.
I mean, he was in so many, of course, the movies and the stuff that he did while sick. No one knew. I mean, who knew Black Panther? This guy was having cancer treatment during that movie. It's just a testament to how strong he was, both physically and mentally, to do what he did while being so sick. I had no idea that he was that sick while doing the incredible work that he did. You know, Bruce, we watched up here, I think it was a week ago, we watched 21 Bridges with Boseman as the star, and knowing that he was now dealing with this, I could then see, wow, he does look a little thinner than he did in Black Panther or in some of his other roles, like, for example, playing Jackie Robinson. But I don't know if I would have been able to pick it out had it not for the prior knowledge of it. Right. No clue. He was just amazing that he was able to persevere through that. Well, those are the young ones that really stood out to me as way too soon, but there are so many. I went through this big, long list, and we don't have time to talk about all of them, and they all deserve a lot because I wrote down the ones I said, well, wow, this guy. Oh, Eddie Van Halen is near the top because at 65, succumbing to cancer. Bruce, I grew up listening to Van Halen in the 80s and 90s, and still do, and the guy was a absolute virtuoso with a guitar, and was so unique that nobody else in the music industry had ever played like he did, and he's one of a kind.
No, Eddie Van Halen, I mean, you think about the soundtrack of your life, Van Halen was a big one for mine. Everyone in my high school and college, huge Van Halen fans, and Eddie Van Halen, along with his brother Alex, the founders of the band, created something that the minute you heard a guitar riff, you knew Eddie Van Halen. And many people don't realize, or maybe they do now, that Eddie Van Halen also did the guitar riff on Beat It for Michael Jackson. That he walked in there, improvised it, and walked out. That's how good this guy was at playing the guitar. And, that hit a lot of us, especially people, I'm a little bit older than you, the people at my age who grew up listening to Van Halen when they were on the cutting edge. And, this is before Sammy Hagar joined in. This is the David Lee Roth, Van Halen, the bad boys of rock. This one hurt. This one really sort of like, wow. We're getting to that point where people we grew up with and listening to and molded our culture are passing away, and not random, car accidents or random deaths. These are people who are starting to die off natural causes, and it sort of hits home hard.
That sort of gets me to my next one was Sean Connery, the 90-year-old, passed away, as you said, natural causes. Good that, 90 years, good long life, incredibly fulfilling, won an Oscar, also was, of course, James Bond. I mean, how could you forget that? He is the original James Bond for me. I've watched all those movies 100 times, but he was able to reinvent himself in other ways later in his career as well as an actor, and just love him in The Last Crusade for Indiana Jones. A tremendous character throughout his acting career, and but you're right. This is a different level now. Van Halen in his 60s to cancer, Brian and Bozeman way too early to cancer and an accident. This is different because this is just a farewell to somebody who's lived a long and fulfilling life.
Not saying it's not sad that Sean Connery died. When Sean Connery died, you go, okay, that guy, 90 years old, James Bond, he was a tough guy off the screen. He was one of the British special commando units in World War II. This is a guy who walked the walk. He was cool. I mean, you saw it.
He's great in The Rock.
Yeah, but you go, this guy lived. The tank was on E. Well, when he died, he got that tank all the way to E and a few more fumes before that. So stick taps to Sean Connery.
He also had some interesting opinions on how to discipline women too.
He did. He didn't want to discuss that here.
Bruce, you and I are big Seinfeld fans, so I had to bring up Jerry Stiller, who passed away at 92 in May, along with Richard Hurd, who played Mr. Wilhelm, the boss of George Costanza while working for the New York Yankees. He died of cancer at 87, also in May. What a great show. Those were great characters. Of course, Jerry Stiller played George Costanza's father, Frank, who was incredibly funny, and anything he said usually had a chuckle immediately generated because of it.
Yeah, Jerry Stiller was Ben Stiller's dad, born to the comedy team Stiller and Mirror that was obviously husband and wife team that was very big in the 60s and 70s. Fantastic individual performer. Remember him in Zoolander? He was great. Missed, but a great talent. And for me, Owen, if you're looking at, we're going to shift gears here and look at sports deaths. I don't think any sport got hit harder. Of course, you remove the Kobe Bryant than baseball this year. There were some big names. For me, Tom Seaver died. He was my first real sports idol growing up with the Mets. He was the franchise. To many people, he still is in the Mets franchise up until the day he died. You look at Tom Seaver, Bob Gibson, Whitey Ford, Phil Niekro died just over this weekend. I mean, those are four guys. You want to talk about an all-time rotation. You throw those four guys in, you're going to win a lot of baseball games. Lou Brock, Joe Morgan, Al Kaline. It was a tough year for Hall of Fame baseball players. It was a very tragic year for baseball all the way around.
David Stern, the NBA commissioner, former commissioner, Don Shula stood out to me at age 90. And I know Kobe Bryant, for a lot of people, is the biggest sports death, but to me, Bruce, I all due respect to the Black Mamba, Diego Maradona passing away at age 60, arguably the greatest soccer player ever to play. He's up there with the likes of Pele, maybe Johan Cruyff, George Best, some of the legendary figures in world soccer. Maradona had an absolute artistry to his game, and of the global scale, I think he's right up there in that conversation for biggest sports death of 2020.
Now, I think Kobe got a worldwide audience because the NBA has really transfigured or transformed themselves from a North American game to a worldwide. It's being seen in China and Turkey and all over the world. But you think about soccer and the World Cup and what that has meant globally for the past 50 years or more. And Maradona got Argentina to the World Cup. And those that will think of the hand of God goal, he will live on forever in the World Cup. Now, if you're Britain, you're probably not thrilled about that, but you talk about international impact, Maradona is very, very high on that list, as you said, if not the highest on the list.
We're leaving out so many people in sports and in entertainment. Two big TV stars, and then Bruce, I know you have one more to add. Regis Philbin and Alex Trebek, both absolute giants in their field, known synonymous with being in front of a television camera. Regis at 88, Alex Trebek at 80 due to stage 4 pancreatic cancer. We lose two just entertainment behemoths in 2020.
Yeah, Alex Trebek has spent the fact that he persevered with pancreatic cancer and continued to perform and do his Jeopardy. I mean, the man transformed what game show host meant, and he became something that was so much more than just the game show host. He became sort of the face of what you are. You're not just hosting a game, you are the game, and you are somebody that people look up to. And he always felt that Jeopardy was more than just a game show. It was something about entertaining, but also informing and making people more intelligent, and he certainly pulled that off. For me, though, the most important death, the one that's going to have the biggest impact on the country, is the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Obviously, she became a Supreme Court Justice in 1993, and a lot of people believe that she held on as long as possible as a Supreme Court Justice because she did not want to see the court go into a more conservative mode, which it is now. Her death has impacted this country. Her life impacted this country greatly, and the many barriers she broke as a female lawyer, and then as a judge, and then on the Supreme Court, something that had, she broke molds, glass ceiling after glass ceiling, but her death allowed the court to be swung to now what is considered to be a 6-3 conservative lean. By her dying, this is going to have the biggest long-term impact on this country of anybody we mentioned on the list. So as far as deaths go, hers, in my opinion, the foremost important, and will have the longest ranging impact of anybody that we saw die in 2020.
Obviously, we celebrate the lives of everybody we've mentioned, and we have left out many, many more massive figures in both Hollywood, entertainment, sports, you name it. That's just a few of the ones that stood out to us. But again, lots of great folks that we lost in 2020, and we honor their memory as we head in towards our mix in the next segment with intentional grounding here on The Ticket.
Paul, this season the NFL is on The Ticket, not on some blue flag waving homer station. The Ticket! Here every Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night football game on The Ticket. And the playoffs too. This Sunday night at 6:30, the Washington football team tries to win the NFC East as they visit the Philadelphia Eagles. Find out who makes the playoffs right here. Brought to you by Southwest Kia and Sports Radio 96.7 at 1310. The Ticket.
Hi, this is Norm Hiskins. It's your last chance to end 2020 with an upgrade at Crest Auto Group. To make it simple, they've selected top-selling Cadillacs, Infinitis, and Volvos for additional year-end holiday offers. Celebrate the season's best savings at Crest off Highway 121 and Legacy in Frisco. Your year-end upgrade is just a click away at CrestCars.com. Don't forget the perks of being part of the Crest family, like Crest Valet. It keeps your life simple. Crest Valet gives you the opportunity to get your car serviced and get a loaner without ever leaving your home. It's the final days to save before the year ends, so don't wait at Crest off Highway 121 on the tollway in Frisco. Crest, driving excellence for you. Don't struggle with your addictions any longer. For 25 years, Sante Center for Healing has been the choice of thousands to successfully treat their addictions. The team of experts at Sante Center can help you too. Please call Sante Center for Healing anytime to speak with a counselor.
It is the year-end clearance sale at The Trusted Lab with a lot of their top-selling products on sale right now. I've used The Trusted Lab's gummies, the muscle and joint cream, and their dog products as well. And if you've been uncertain about wanting to try CBD, I want you to know this is the good stuff. It's legal, it's made in America, and it's the cleanest process they use to extract the CBD with CO2. No chemicals at all. It's worked for me many times. I trust The Trusted Lab. They're quality products that you can trust. Check them out, thetrustedlab.com.
Well, Rusty will be gone for the holidays. I'm following the Molly Hatchet on their Flirt with Disaster reunion tour throughout eastern New Mexico. Merry Christmas from the round man with a square deal. Here's Charlie Claus. Please listen to the following scenario before you purchase a new Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Ram truck. Let's say you go to a CDJR website to look for a particular new car or truck, and you notice that the dealer's prices